This session, the Idaho State Legislature approved a $2 million change in our presidential primary, paid for, of course, with your tax dollars.
Now, lawmakers say this is all in an effort to get more voters out to the polls. Kelsey McFarland joins us live to give us some perspective on where this money's spent. She's watching out for you.
Before, Idaho voters cast their ballot for presidential candidates through a caucus system. This change allows voters to get to the polls earlier for a presidential primary on the second Tuesday of March 2016. Secretary of State Lawrence Denny tells me a large portion of the $2 million election costs will be staffing.
And a lot of those expenses are the people, the poll workers, and the staff that they have to man the election.
That's all money that the state will be responsible for reimbursing to the counties from the general fund. But Senator Chuck Winder says he doesn't think costs will even reach $1 million.
If that election had to stand on its own, that's what it would cost statewide. But it'll be significantly less than that because of the other elections that occur at the same time, and they can share poll workers, locations, all that kind of stuff.
Winder says the bill was passed to get more Idaho voters out to the polls.
The more people we can get involved, the better. I think in determining who our candidates are going to be, by moving the date forward to the second Tuesday in March, we think we'll have a greater impact on national elections and the nominating process.
He says his hope is to raise participation from 5% to 25%.
You know, even 25% is a low number, but that's typically, historically, what happens in the primary.
But Denny says he's still concerned about voter turnout.
That's something that the parties need to work on and get the people out.
With the changes, voters will be able to cast their votes the second Tuesday in March 2016 and again 2 months later in May. It's important to note primary elections for all other state and federal offices would remain in May. Back to you.
With the legislative session wrapped up, it's your turn. Tell us how you think lawmakers did this year. Head to KBOI2.com and give a letter grade to Idaho lawmakers for this year's session.